What's up, family? Let's get it popping off. Let's get it popping off. Alright, family, this is the place where the congregation of the mighty gathers, and we are streaming at 17 frames per second. Right? So I'm going to be a little bit behind. Alright, so family, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, and this is the place where your hustle build muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I forgot to open up the phone line. This is the Heart of a Simple production. And of course, you know we are on Tribal Quotes, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Alright, let's go to the chat. Let's see. Oh, I ain't even open the chat. I gotta open up the damn phone lines. You know, family, you know, hey, when you produce yourself, shit, there's a lot of shit that can go wrong. You just forgetting. I got a lot of work I got to do tonight anyway. A lot of thinking. Got to get this rock and roll call together. It's going down in the morning, and I got to come up with something for the babies. I got a bunch of stuff for the olders, but I don't have nothing for the babies, right? So I got to think about that. Well, I mean, I got stories, of course. I got stories. Lines are open. Lines are open. Those that know the number, y'all can feel free to call in. We're gonna talk about everything that we need to talk about. I'm gonna hit some of this news first, then we'll get into the Proverbs. So first up, and y'all know I'm gonna hit some of this news first, then we'll get into the Proverbs. That's me. I like how I sound. All right, so here we go. Hold on. So I've been posting up some stuff in Gye-Nyame Journey. Oh, first off, shouts out to Brother Kwame. I have his article for next month's newsletter. I'm waiting for the rest of the family to do the like. He already did his, and he got a lesson. His is a lesson. It's a short lesson. I want to send shouts out to Sister Jackie. Hopefully y'all was able to see hers. But I will publish it again in the next newsletter. And after that, I think I might publish it up on the post because it's a hot piece. It's called Racy Flu. And make sure you get it. And like I said, if anybody want to challenge her on her satire, because it's actually funny, but it's based on facts, she's ready for that. You know, she's a professional writer. Shouts out to Sakmet Mayat. Peace to you as well. And y'all know right now, Brother Hatim is strong on these politicians and stuff right now. Of course, I'm about to do this forever because reparation is a worthy battle. And actually, I think this is the movement of the 21st century for black folks. At least those of us here, those that could trace our stuff back. Because I was reading an article today. And it said, well, how are we going to be able to tell the difference from a Nigerian who came to America 50 years ago and somebody that's been here for a long time? All right. Let's go and break down. Let's go and break that down, right? I don't see, because motherfuckers going to come with dumb comments and dumb questions because they ain't got nothing else to do, right? So they're trying to sidetrack the argument. Now, first off, we keep on hearing how it's impossible to distribute reparations properly. I want everybody, and those of you that's in the chat, please let me know if you can hear me. You know what I'm saying? It says I haven't been able to access any of my devices. I don't know who this is, so you and the family, obviously, because you're piloting the Gye-Nyame Journey. If that's Navita and you got them, you already know we done talked about them old ass devices. All right, I'm just saying. Get mad if you want. We done talked about it. All right, so we live in a country. Let me just give you my personal experience. I was audited by the IRS. And they had all my transactions for the last 3 years. They knew exactly how much I owed. They knew exactly how much I was making on the side. And we have many friends and family, some of us in jail right now because of the IRS. And they're able to track all that shit. We are living in a society where, as Edward Snowden let us know before we left here, that everybody is under surveillance. And we have supercomputers. Why is it hard? Somebody please explain. You know what I'm saying? I challenge anybody on that. America has the technology to know how hot your ass is right now in the seat that you are sitting on right now. If they want to blow you up, they could find you and send a Scud missile flying in from 300 miles away, guided by some nobody. You know what I'm saying? Straight into your house. Come on now. They know your address. We educate millions of children every day. We know what classes they are in. The United States government has millions, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of workers. And they're able to track all of them. So you mean to tell me that a country that's able to do all this shit? And then on top of that, we had a technology where I could be talking to Sakmat, who might be down, I think, in Georgia, or Sister Kim, who might be in Ouagadougou, and on the continent of Africa, or Kwame in Columbus, or Jackie in Maryland, all at the same goddamn time. I can say Google. Okay, Google. What is a fart? And it will be able to define it for me. So please explain to me how a country having all these capabilities could not do something as simple as dispense reparations. Make right what was done wrong. But hold on, I know I got some chats up in here. Uh-oh, Brother Anubis, what's up, man? What's going on? Have you been getting the black signal? We got a new number, by the way. For those that want to get on the black signal, please hit us up at 25456. Type in G&J, text G&J to 25456, and we will get you on that black signal. And Anubis, if you want to be back on the Daily Toaster signal, you text Toaster to 25456 to get back on. Brother's been asking about you, man. Okay, cool. Well, we know you got an old device because you already told us that. I think you do. Are you still using the BlackBerry? No, some people actually, I mean, because BlackBerries were some of the most secure phones out there. But let's go on back to this news, man. So, so now they're going to try to discourage us and sidetrack us. So right now, you'll see on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline, you have 3 2020 Democrats expressing concern that attacks against Ilhan Omar will stifle debate on Israel. Now, let's understand, if they can't redirect the conversation, if they can't necessarily drown out the conversation, they will try to change the conversation. So we went from ADOS talking about reparations all the way around to Israel. I'm just saying, anti-Semitism or y'all know what it is. Anti-Semitism or whatever. You right? You know what I'm saying? So I got an article up there about that, and I'm only posting up there to let people. These are some of the diversions that they'll put out there, because now people are like, there's more important things that we have to do. You black people, y'all want stuff for yourself when America is going up in flames. Come on now. Come on now. America, America old. And as they say in the mafia movies, fuck you, pay me. Very simple. Fuck you, pay me. Don't care about, you know what I'm saying? The whole piece is, let's get it together. Let's get the things together. For those that want more information about the Black Agenda, go to ados101.com. All right. So now, another piece, because I of course, we're going to have our family that's going to be chiming in about all the money that black people got. I've been doing a little bit of math. Just a little bit. I'm not that good. Brother Kwame, if you out there, you can correct some of the figures that I have. So, I went through, looked at the top 400 billionaires. Billionaires. Out of the 500 top billionaires, right? Let's just say 400, but out of 400 billionaires, I caught possible, let's say 4 and a possible. It's like space when it comes to black folks' money. 4 and a possible. Okay? Now, Kwame corrected my math this morning. If I'm correct, he told me that was like 2.5%? Something like that? Of the billionaires. Now, remember, we are 13% of the population. So then I looked at the millionaires today. There's 11 million millionaires. 76% of those millionaires are white. 880,000 of the millionaires are black. And if my memory serves me correctly, out of all of the millionaires, only 8%, somewhere around there, about 8% are millionaires. Now, as black folks, ADOS, we control 2.6% of the wealth in the country. Last I checked, country's wealth was about $100 trillion. 2.6%, that's about $2.6 trillion. I'm being nice. Out of 100 trillion. Family. Now, what I'm laying out for you is the reality, and then I always go back to the median and stuff like that. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but 50% of ADOS, or African descendants of slavery, are worth $1,700. In some major cities like Boston, it's like $8. I heard it's about $11 out in LA. I'm just throwing out the realities because I'm seeing all these discussions out here, and I just want people to understand where everybody's coming from. All of a sudden, talking about these reparations, because many of us have children, and it's like boom, what an inheritance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I started with nothing. You leave here with nothing, probably. You know what I'm saying? But I can launch a fight that at least set my children up. You know what I'm saying? Because the piece is, we can't go down without a fight, family. I mean, I'm just saying. And I just, like I said, some people will disagree, be like, it's stupid, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And it's sort of like, for me, it's sort of like allowing somebody just to move in your house, and rather than fighting for your property, you just walk away from it and be like, that's not mine. Not mine no more. I mean, it was ours, and we talk about how great it was when it was ours and all that, but all we are able to do is talk about the memories of the house. Even if some messed up stuff happened in the house, it's still our inheritance. We still should be able to get what is ours. And this country is ours. I know some of y'all going to disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? I got a generation of ancestors born, raised, and died here. I'm not denying that I have African roots. But I do understand that our ancestors were the blood sacrifice for this country to be where it is. I'm reading a book right now called Slavery's Capitalism. And they talk about all of the accounting systems that were perfected during slavery and how much the slaves was worth and what they brought to the economy and the jump start that slave labor was able to bring to this country. And people will hit you automatically with all countries started with slavery. Or you even get Joe Berry said he needs some. You missed the last batch. I'm about to start brewing. My fault. Shaka brew out for a minute. But all right, so let's get on to some other stuff. Now, I have an experiment on its way. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. We'll be able to start on some of the health news. So I snore. I am a heavy snorer. So one of the things I'm working on, they say the weird benefits of mouth taping that you should know about. So I'm going to experiment with a little mouth taping and some other stuff to try to keep my mouth closed while I'm asleep. And they had an article in Mind, Body, Green. I'm going to share a little bit of this and then we'll get into the Proverbs. But somebody's on the line. Who on the line? Who's blessed in Gye-Nyame?
Brother Shaka.
What's up, Brother Shaka? How you doing?
I'm blessed. Was somebody else saying something too? Somebody else on the line?
No, that's just me. That's me talking to myself, man. You know how I do, man. You know how we do, brother. You know, if nobody want to talk, we gonna talk. All right, the weird benefits of mouth taping that you should know about. Now I'm gonna read some of this real quick because I want some of y'all to hear about. Because a lot of us sleep with our mouths open. Well, let me put it this way. I sleep with my mouth open. I'm gonna experiment with this and let y'all know if I feel a little bit different. Because I have heard rumors that I snore very loudly, and I told y'all I snore, but I'm kind of in doubt. I think I got people hating on me all around me. You know what I'm saying? Cleve said he heard me. My wife said they heard me, but they ain't present me with no damn proof. So how I know they ain't lying? How I know they ain't mad because they don't have the superpower of sleep that I have? You understand what I'm saying? Well, Cleve do.
I do.
Oh, you know about my superpower? You got the superpower too?
Oh, you said your superpower. Yo, I'm talking about the sleep thing, man. Like, I know what I've heard. I've heard that I cut through some logs.
See, that's what I'm saying, but nobody ever present no damn proof. All these cell phones and stuff like that with recordings, how we know that we really snoring unless somebody can present some proof? And then, on top of that, even if they present the truth or proof, I got to analyze the video because they can go on and put sounds on there. How I know you ain't got no how I know you ain't cut some sound in? Because you hating. See, because there's a lot of haters out here. But
well, you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth, though. I'm going to tell you the truth. To your loved ones, sleep apnea sounds deathly. Because you can be snoring real loud, and all of a sudden, they don't hear you even breathe for like 3-4 minutes. You know what I mean?
Because you took a deep breath.
Exactly.
You took a deep breath. You took a deep breath. Hey. That's a deep breath.
I don't know nothing about it.
But here we go.
I don't know nothing about it.
If you're like most people, the idea of taping your mouth shut while you sleep might sound a little, alarming. But as it turns out, mouth taping might just be the key to a restful night's sleep and so much more. For instance, would you be surprised to know that using mouth tape might help improve your breath, reduce or even reverse cavities, and improve your heart health? Helping your body nose breathe. Wait, where is my... Hold on. I don't have to do all that. Let me just do this real quick. Because I got to read past all these chords, and we don't have to go through that on the journey today, nowadays. We in the modern times. I got another device right here. All right, I need what the hell is this? Okay. That's from the show this morning. Oh God, I might have to go. What's up, Shaka? Joe Berry said what's up.
Who said what's up?
Joe Berry.
Joe Berry, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
I thought about y'all down there today.
Oh,
because today. Well, I thought about all of y'all because there's a few things going on that's pretty interesting right now. Of course, trying to find the right piece of real estate is one, but the other piece is that I have finally sat down and tasted the difference between the straight. Since I've been making Red June, I've been mixing them all the time. I put Roy Bissan hibiscus in the same brew all the time. Sometimes I put a little more of each, but man, I finally got an opportunity to taste a perfectly and strictly hibiscus red June versus a perfectly and exclusively rooibos red June. And I'm going to tell you what, the taste is night and day. Is night and day. The rooibos is definitely that smooth champagne. I think we had some of that at the campgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the hibiscus, it's got a heavier body to it. Almost like a grape juice. And, yeah, they're just two totally different drinks. And so,
we're going to start separating them.
Yeah. So right now I got 3 gallons of the rooibos, the champagne stuff that I'm looking to bottle up tonight.
So,
and
I will start.
And also, I've been thinking that Pharaoh's about to be on his spring break, and wanted to see what was going on down there because if I'm not mistaken, the next mall event takes place while he is still on spring break. And even if he's not,
March 30th.
He's homeschooled.
Right.
Say what?
March 30th.
March 30th.
Now.
Right on.
Now, let me correct myself on billionaires. 1.25% billionaires are black. But now, back to this. Helping your body nose breathe rather than mouth breathe during the night accomplishes a goal you might not even know exists. It greatly increases the amount of nitric oxide circulating in your body, which has a range of benefits. Nitric oxide is a molecule that occurs naturally in your body and plays a bunch of important roles in your health. There are basic ways nitric oxide gets to your blood. The first is by eating nitrate-rich foods like nutrient-rich vegetables, and the second is through the various ways your body creates its own nitric oxide, mainly exercise and nose breathing. While you have control over your diet through much of your life, your body's natural ability to produce nitric oxide through exercise and nose breathing decreases as you age. That's why it's vital to develop good nose breathing habits as early as possible, and not allow your body to fall into bad patterns. Science tells us that some of the major drawbacks of decreased nitric oxide from mouth breathing include worsened vascular health or heart function, high blood pressure, drop in cognitive function, decreased immunity, and more chronic inflammation. On the other hand, improving your nitric oxide intake can help to not only improve your heart function, blood pressure, cognitive function, immunity, and inflammation, but also athletic performance, weight loss, digestion, neuropathic pain, anxiety, and depression. So I got 2 devices. I got some tape coming in. I got another device, and I will share it with y'all on the Daily Toast when I get it. Maybe it will be part of, at least one of them will be here on time hopefully for the Toast and Talk on Kuumba. How to tell if you're a nighttime mouth breather. Getting up in the middle of the night to pee, tossing and turning through the night, nasty breath in the morning, snoring, gingivitis and bleeding gums, signs of teeth grinding, cavities, drool on your pillow. If you don't have some of these sleep disorder breathing like sleep apnea, it's almost certain you're mouth breathing through the night. Feeling a little overwhelmed. How mouth taping can help with NO production, and nighttime mouth breathing. Feeling a little overwhelmed? Don't worry, I won't leave you without the fix to your mouth breathing issue. For several years, I've kissed my wife goodnight and then reached to my nightstand for mouth tape to put across my lips. As I mentioned, many people hear mouth taping and have some horror stories. Image pop up immediately, but your body evolved to breathe through the nose, except in a few circumstances like extreme physical exertion, stuffy sinuses, or while talking. Unfortunately, modern development in sleep, like comfy beds, combined with the common underdevelopment of the airways from a lack of vitamin K and nitric oxide, in fact, have led to a much higher number of people who mouth breathe at night. Taping your mouth shut is a great way to make sure your nose breathes throughout the night. Bonus, if you wake up every morning without tape on your mouth, it's a good diagnostic tool to recognize frequent mouth breathing. Many people who start taping notice an improvement in their sleep within just the first few nights. That's because mouth breathing often correlates with interrupted sleep, just enough to kick you out of deep sleep, but not usually to the point you remember waking. But once you start mouth taping, these interruptions will probably go way down, providing you with deep sleep and a fresh start to the morning. I've even seen patients with mild sleep apnea reverse condition just by mouth taping. And they talk about how to mouth tape. Common questions about mouth taping are on here. If my nose gets stuffy during the night, will mouth taping make me suffocate? No, while taping the mouth shut can sound scary, it's not able to overcome your body's natural desire to keep breathing. If your brain picks up on an inability to breathe because of a stuffy nose or any other issue, it'll force your teeth to grind and wake you up. Often you'll remove the tape on your mouth without consciously realizing you're awake. Are people who shouldn't mouth tape. And you got, how long should I mouth tape? You got all this stuff on here, and you can go and do the research yourself. How you doing, Miss Jackie? I sent out the newsletter. Thank you. Hopefully you got it. If not, I'll send you a copy. And like I said, I'm thinking about posting that up on but I'm gonna let it marinate for a couple of days for those people. I'm gonna keep on advertising it, trying to get people to read the magazine. So now, let's get into the conversation. Brother Shaka hung up because he going to get some tape because he already admitted that he snored. But I still got questions, right? So, I will show the tools that I'm going to start using. I'm going to experiment with it and let you know how my sleep go. I sleep good any damn way. But maybe I might be able to perfect my sleep technique. And in me improving, maybe I can give some of y'all some tips, bring some value into your life. And that's what we do in Gye-Nyame. So now, let's get to the Proverbs. Call in line 614-556-4535. Boom. I just posted it up there. Let me post it up on Hootsuite real quick. Call in. Line 614-556. Boom. We got it up. Spreaker 614-556-4535. So here we go. We on day 62, pulling from tribal quotes. Let's see if we can get through these tonight. Day 62. He who fears being conquered. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. Napoleon Bonaparte. I believe that it would be almost impossible to find anywhere in America a black man who has lived further down in the mud of human society than I have, or a black man who has been any more ignorant than I have, or a black man who has suffered more anguish during his life than I have. But it is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. It is only after slavery and prison that the sweetest appreciation of freedom can come. Malcolm X. 2 small antelope can beat 1 big one. That's from Ghana. All right, so now somebody on the line, please type in a number between 1 and 3 so that we know what to start with. It's on y'all. Do 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 do. Jackie's up first again. Number 3, 2 small antelope can beat a big one. 2 small antelope can beat a big one. If you have a comment on this one is from Ghana. If you have a comment, feel free to call in. Of course, I will start off since nobody's on the line. Some of y'all out there in the chat that might not want to call in, all you got to do is type in your stuff. I'll read it as well. But let's go and talk about this one. 2 small antelope can beat a big one. So, oftentimes we find that we may run up into somebody that might be bigger and a little bit better than us. But it's hard for this bigger and better person or being to beat 2 of us. This is, for me, this one is all about teamwork. It's all about finding your tribe. Because I've been screaming that for like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years now. Find your tribe, right? Because more hands make the work light, right? You got a big antelope that might be bullying 2 smaller ones. Now, individually, they can't do shit. But when they come together, they are a formidable opponent or opponents. Right? So in order for us to sometime beat some of our situations, we have to look for those other sets of hands that can help us, because best believe the issue that you have, there are other people around you that are having some of the same issues. And sometime when we reach out, we might find that other antelope that can help us take down the bigger antelope. Right? Family. This is why, like I said, with the whole reparations piece and all this, boom, I'm reaching out to family. Boom, boom, boom. We need to start talking about it. We need to start thinking about it. We need not only look out for our health, but we need to look out for our future generations. We need to look out to get some of this stuff back. But in order to be able to do that, one of the major things we're going to have to do is learn how to take down the larger antelope. Because if 2 can beat the one bigger antelope, what if it's 5 of them? They gonna kill them, right? So we have to understand that teamwork make the dream work. Teamwork make the dream work, and that's what that one is basically about. Dealing with problems, dealing with problem people, dealing with problem situations. You know what I'm saying? We can often overcome them when we find other people that are confronted by the same issues. And also, now that story don't fit. I was going to tell a story that I was reading with the young people, but it don't really fit this situation. Why can't we all just get along? Brother Kwame, man, you so funny, man. Stop it, man. You know what I'm saying? The team always make or breaks the chief. I don't understand. The team always makes or breaks the chief. That's very true. That's very true. And it's like, like I said, and in order for those 2 antelopes to really work together successfully, they have to kind of share the same principles, same ideas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we try to team up with people that really might not even, might not even have the same goals that you have. Or they might not even want you to achieve your goals because they're hating on you, right? So, you got to find that other antelope that wants to overtake the bigger antelope as bad as you do. As bad as you do. family, as they said, why can't we all just get along? You know what I'm saying? And, and sometimes I tell people, they're like, well, we all, I wonder why antelopes were used for the example. I don't know. I think they saw a lot of bullying over there with antelopes. I think antelopes do a lot of bullying. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. I mean, I ain't never been around antelope, but it sounds like you got some young suicidal antelopes out there because they've been getting bullied by the big antelopes. I mean, maybe antelopes are like that. But maybe and then also sometimes because antelopes are usually hunted by men and lions. I mean, the only thing an antelope beat the hell out of is grass. So I think this proverb, I think in the wisdom of the ancestors, I think they was trying to let us know that, even the grass eater, when it works together to solve a problem, it could beat a bigger opponent. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like antelopes, You think about antelopes, you think about a petting zoo. Using lions, of course, 2 lions is going to be, And maybe maybe the lesson need to come across in a softer way, because you wouldn't even think about antelopes, beefing like this. I didn't know antelopes was ganging up and stuff like that, But hey, it is what it is. It seems like there's something about their grace and speed. Maybe. But you know what? I don't know how they could beat them running. 2 small antelope can beat a big one. So I don't think they talking about running. You know what I'm saying? And it could be about the grace and speed as well, too. You know what I'm saying? It could be about the grace and speed as well. So, all right, so we're going to move on. As I told you, it's been a long day. All right, family. And what a lot of people don't understand, like, it's certain activities that burn. I guess we do understand it, but it's certain activities that burn more energy than something. I could work with people, with most people, all day. You know what I'm saying? Especially those that's trying to solve their issues or might be a little bit confused, but have a genuine heart for what they're doing. I can help them. You know what I'm saying? People that are kind of not real about it, kind of drain me, but I could do that for a long while. But sitting down and trying to write stuff sometime and put stuff together in a coherent fashion so that people can understand, not just young people, but people can understand, is very, very draining, taxing on me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's more draining than some of the stuff that I do. So I'm kind of tired because I've been writing all day. I've been trying to put together a slideshow that we can have some impact on some of the young people, because another aspect of the whole reparations piece that we really, really got to address, when, you know what I'm saying, in the discussions, and when I go to Kentucky in October, you know what I'm saying, I'm hoping to find individuals that possibly we could write something up and put it on the black agenda as far as the education. And even if it's not, you know what I'm saying, at least in my neck of the woods, I want to have some serious discussion about education and ADOS. You know what I'm saying? All right, so somebody put up a 1 or a 2. I'll wait. Man, don't make me have to do that old corny music again. Come on now. Don't do that to me. 1 or 2? 2. Thank you. I think that's Anubis. Shasha said, you supposed to be in bed. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. What are you doing? Go to bed. All right. I believe that it would be almost impossible to find anywhere in America a black man who has lived further down in the mud of human society than I have, or a black man who has been any more ignorant than I have, or a black man who has suffered more anguish during his life than I have. But it is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. It is only after slavery and prison that the sweetest appreciation of freedom can come. That is Malcolm X. Now, of course, for me, I'm always going to go to the end. You know what I'm saying? Because now, part of becoming a legend is having a story worth telling. Right? Having a story worth passing on. And Malcolm X, through his transformation, had fuel to put behind the words, because we know many of people with a fabulous vocabulary. We know plenty of people who can talk, but Malcolm had a story. Malcolm had a narrative that helped him identify with people, and in him going through the ignorance, in him going through being down in the mud, he was able to create a connection with people who have been through that. Now, but the key lesson for me is when he get to the part where he says, but it is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. Buddha said all is suffering, right? The greatest aspect of Jesus' miracles was him, through his suffering, being able to bestow grace upon humanity. He knew how to take it plain, how to make it plain. We could say that. I mean, because we know a lot of people that make it plain too. That, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Malcolm was able, you know, I guess you could say that, make it plain. I am great. Thanks, brother. Hope all is well and your family as well. Yep, it's real life at Gye-Nyame journey. He knew how to make it plain. Let's stick with that, right? But part of that making it plain was being able to do that last part, being in that deepest, darkest. But it's only after the deepest darkness, that the great joy can come. In the hero's journey, you go to bed. You think I'm playing? Oh, it's about to go down a Gye-Nyame journey. I'm trying to tell you, man. Made me lose my train of thought. In the hero's journey, there is a step. So we talk about the, you know, rites of passage basically is the hero's journey. You got the call, you got the separation, you got the initiation, you got the reintroduction. But in his book, Joseph Campbell had certain things that happen at certain times. And during the initiation process, where the hero became enlightened, or the hero became empowered, or the hero was to transcend who he was when he first entered the process and become that new being, or during that part of the initiation, for those that have been through the initiation, during that part of the initiation where it really get hectic, that where it really gets dark, that is the womb in which the hero was born. In that suffering, in that darkness, right? That if it's allowed, see, because at that point in time, confusion falls over the individual, you know, and it's from my experience. So it might be different for some of y'all out there, but when you're there, you know, because there is a confusion that falls, or at least that fell upon me, and an opening happened. in the story that I tell, and I told it on the show a lot, so I'll run through it real quick. It's called "I Know You," and I had a martial arts teacher, and in order to get in this class, I had to go through a lot in order to really even be part of the class. And the brother's name, he's on the toast list. His name is Tony Clark. Rod's voice through the duat, through the darkness. You know what I'm saying? The light is formed. The light within you is formed, and you're able to find your way out. But it's not you. It's not the old you that's coming out. It's the new you that's coming out. So what Malcolm is describing is an initiation process. Well, anyway, in my story, my master sat me down and looked at me and told me he knew me. And I didn't know where he knew me from. I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, one day you'll understand what I'm talking about. I know you. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember me, do you? Boom, boom, boom. So some of y'all heard that story before. And I'm like, I don't know who this dude is. But anyway, he said, listen, you're going to be allowed in the class. He took me up under his wing. We started learning. Boom, boom, boom. I grew up. He got in trouble. He disappeared. He came back. By the time he came back, I was involved with football and other things, so I didn't have time to really check on him and to really go back to work with him like I was doing when I was younger. And I overlooked this dude, but I overlooked the fact that I made it through middle school and I made it to where I was because partially of some of the time that he spent with me. He gave me some of his life, and when he I wasn't there in a sense. I went to Ohio State. I was at Ohio State for 2 years. I found out that this man died. So when I came home, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to go to his gravesite. And when I went to his gravesite, I was standing over his gravesite, and all of a sudden, it hit me. In that dark moment, when I'm looking and realizing the fuck I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming down on myself and I'm feeling bad. In that moment, I remembered where I knew him from. And in that moment, everything became clear. Not just the fact that where he knew me from, but a lot of stuff became clear for me. And a lot of it I couldn't hold on to, but it was like that moment where it's like, damn. Right? So, but that's part of it, that when you go through it, you get that clarity, you get that moment. And in a sense, Malcolm was able to hold on to it, because some of us, what happens is when we go through it, because this is common in the hero's journey. When you go through the hero's journey, oftentimes when you return, you'll notice in some hero stories that the hero come back and nobody accepts him. Because nobody can understand what the hell he's talking about. Nobody really believes him. And in some of these stories, these heroes come back and they just have to settle back into the normal life because nobody understands what they went through. Nobody understands what they brought back. So in a sense, the gold turns to dust after they leave the sacred world. Malcolm was able to keep his alive. Right? And that's what many of us have to do when we come back from the other side. Right? When we come back with the information, we got to hold on to it as much as possible and allow that flame to burn. Because many of us, because people don't understand where we are, you know what I'm saying? They can't, we start losing hope and we start falling back to earth, falling back to who we were. And the challenge is to keep the flame alive. So when we get into that dark place, the deepest darkness that Malcolm is talking about, right? To get comfortable with not understanding, without necessarily knowing, being lost in the mystery, and allowing the joy, allowing that whatever you call it, allowing that energy to enter you so that you can glean as much as possible, so that you can keep it alive as long as you can, so that when you bring it back, if you have to write shit down, boom, 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 you have to be able to share that message. Many of us are losing messages because we come back and we feel ashamed to be able to share what we came back with. I started saying fuck that a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't have time for that. I done lost a lot of years holding back my gifts, holding back what was given to me, holding back what I was able through the different aspects of my journey, being able to bring back. I gotta hold it back because other people in remedial classes. I'm not doing that shit no more. And family is not for you to do. It wasn't for Malcolm to do. Malcolm was Malcolm because he was able to hold on to that glory when he returned. He said it's only after slavery and prison that the sweetest appreciation of freedom can come. And I want y'all to understand what's also going on here. We got this polarity thing going on. It's like in the middle of the polarity. How, you know what I'm saying? Basically, the question is, how do you know light if there's no dark? You know what I'm saying? How do you know joy if there's no pain? They need each other and exist, and our goal is to get right in the middle, because in the middle of it is where all our power lies. And what that sound like? That sound like part of the toast that I make with us every morning. I need y'all to understand, family, that those of you that participate with me in the toast, every morning we're doing a ritual, and we are forming our pact with the past and the future. And we are at that crucial point in that moment where everything is actualized, where we get energy from the past and we're getting energy from the future right here in this moment right now. And many of us just waste it. In a sense, Malcolm is talking about taking advantage of the goddamn moment. Many of us are just sitting, we're just sitting in the dark place. Dark place. We're scared of the, you know what I'm saying? We're regretting the past. We're scared of the future. We're just sitting in the dark place. Open up to the mystery, right? That's why they call it the mystery system, family. Not because they was teach you some deep math shit. Not because they was exposing the secrets of the universe to you. They was exposing you to the secrets that are within you. And that's what a lot of us are missing, right? We're waiting for a motherfucker to write a book so that we can read it and learn the secret. When you are the secret. You're what the world been waiting for. Malcolm understood that. Malcolm walked in that. And it could be scary because people won't understand you. People won't want to accept you. But like, you know, come on, fam. Come on now. So, I ain't trying to do all that, but, let's, embrace those deepest darknesses. Understand. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't understand, they don't even understand. Just rest in confusion for a minute. You'll know. But some of us are so impatient. She said, read Marianne Williamson's poem. Who, the white girl running for the president? You're going to have to send it to me. I don't know that. Is that the white woman? Our deepest fear. She wrote that? You talking about the white woman running for president that's talking about the $100 billion for reparations? I like that shit. I might like, Well, I mean, I don't like the 100 billion, but hey, we all got to learn. 100 billion ain't shit. Our deepest fear is taxes. All right, family. So now we're going to move to number 1. We made it through. Anime, get ready. Anime, wake up. Get ready. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. No! Yeah, thunder. Thank you. We don't need the Phoenix. We need the thunder. He who fears being conquered. He He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. You know, one of the things I learned in the streets, I was never really good in the streets. I was too nice. But one of the things I learned while being out doing what I did was not being scared of losing. Right? You know, I give shit away. I got, not getting no money, none of that shit. But I never feared losing a fight. I never feared getting hit in a fight. It's natural. It's what's going to happen. You're going to run into somebody that's better than you. You're going to run. And when I start dealing with the situations like that, it didn't matter how big they were, it didn't matter how skilled they were. You know, that's when I was younger, though. Y'all leave me the fuck alone, right? But I had to get over just tuning in. Late basketball practice. What's up? What's up, Sister Navita? He who fears being conquered is sure defeat. And one of the things that I learned is that, you know, understanding that it's a possibility that you could lose. And even like, once again, embracing that fear, embracing that darkness, makes it possible for you to overcome most opponents, if not all of them. Oh, girl, you missed the whole conversation. I'm not about to rehash. You're going to have to catch it on the replay. So, far as us, family, listen. I know a lot of y'all are like, because of course I got to bring it back to the reparations. I got to bring it back to your health. I got to bring it back to all that. A lot of people talking about, well, if we don't, you know, we're doing politics in fear of losing, in fear of being conquered. That guarantees that we're going to lose. Family, we got to understand that anything that we want, whether we're talking about reparations or we want better schools, anything we want, it's a possibility that we're going to lose. It's a very real possibility, and we have to be willing to do it anyway. We have to be willing to speak it anyway. Why? Why? When this is something else that I noticed about the streets too, and I told y'all this one before. I found that most motherfuckers that like this that start fights don't really want to fight. They just want to win. Now every now and then you run into a pit bull, but 85% of the time you run into motherfuckers out here in these streets that just want to win. This is why niggas shoot now. You know, it's like, boom, I just want to win. I didn't mean for it to jump off all like that and us getting, no. They just want to win. So the point that I'm trying to make is this. Listen, oftentimes when you stand up for yourself and you stand up for your people, what you start finding out, those people that are in opposition don't want to fight. They just want to win. And what we got to understand that every now and then we're going to run into that motherfucker that don't mind fighting. But the one thing that they're going to learn in the process of beating us is that they don't want to fight us again. Many of us are practicing scared politics. Many of us are practicing scared economics. Many of us are practicing scared. We're playing scared in education. And because we're scared of the possibility that we might get our ass kicked, that we might lose, we have already lost before we even start the goddamn battle. My bad, she is running. Didn't know that. Didn't know what, Jackie? Who running? Oh, so you looked it up? I thought you knew that. You had met an opponent whom you could surely defeat, but you were distracted to an art form that is a must, that it was a must that you practice, and you take the loss for bettering your weakest art form. Yeah, shit, dude. See, we only see, for those people that are fight enthusiasts, you only see the end product. Please understand that all those individuals that are undefeated in the actual ring got their ass kicked in the gym over and over and over again. Remember that. Shouts out to Kent Logan. Got their ass kicked over and over and over and again. We got to realize this. And you got to get over the fact, the fear of losing. That stops you. That stops us from being able to take the steps that will take us to victory. I'm just saying. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. There's a possibility every time we make a move that we could be conquered, that we could lose, that we could be a prisoner, it's possibilities, but we still, family, we still have to move forward in understanding that that's part of that duality. You have victory, you have defeat. Is there. What we have to master is being that point in the middle. You know what I'm saying? We got to master that. It can go either way. All we got to do is put our best in, because like I said, most opponents, even on a universal level, most of them just want you to be scared. They don't want to fight. They just want you to surrender. They just want to win. It's rare. 15% of the time you're going to run into somebody that really, my fault, actually 5% of the time. I'm just saying. You're going to run into somebody that really want to do that. So, any other comments? Lines are open. If y'all want to call, we can have a conversation for a couple minutes. If not, then I'm going to get out of here. So I get up. I got to iron. I got to get ready for the rock and roll call. I'm really excited. Also, I want to remind everybody out there, family, get on the Black Signal. Text G&J to 25456. If you want to be one of the daily toasters, text toaster to 25456. Also, I want to remind everybody that we have the G&J Mall popping off on the 30th of March. That's the last Kaumba of the month, right? The 30th of March from 12 to 6. We still have space for vendors. We still have space for you to come and grace us with your face. Come introduce yourself to me. Let's sit down. Let's talk a little bit. Well, I mean, I don't know if I have time, because I'll be running around. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay busy. I need to know if you got, I already sent you a compliment out early. Yeah, I got your article. Yep, already got it in the file for next month. Brother Kwame wrote an article. Sister Jackie wrote a beautiful article that's in this month's newsletter. All right? And I got a little piece up on the front explaining what we're trying to do with the newsletter and stuff like that. Where is it going to be? The mall will be at 3500 Refugee Road, known as Millennium Community School. We're trying to put the community in, put the community in the school for real. Providing space for entrepreneurs to shop their wares. Very affordable. If you pay in advance, it's $20. Now we have to change this. If you pay in advance, that means in advance don't mean 5 minutes before we open the door. I'm standing at the door. I'm about to open it. You give me, no. It's $20 if you pay in advance. If you're a regular vendor, if you're a food vendor, it's $30 in advance. After that, I think for food vendors, it goes up to $60 on the day of. And for regular vendors, it goes up to $40 on the day of. All right? So, and what we're trying to do is, first off, like I said, the market is the heart of the community. Market is the heart of the community. This is why it's kind of hard for us to organize where we are right now, because all the markets are controlled by who? Come on now. I want y'all to think about that. All the markets are controlled by others. Markets have been places where we have been organizing, strategizing, doing the things that we need to do, and getting the stuff we need to survive since, I ain't gonna say the beginning of time, but damn near. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we start developing some affluence, we started, boom, setting up a space. And most of our kingdoms were built up upon and around markets, being able to control the market. Shay Whitey and say Arab. There you go. There you go. He said it, I didn't. So how you going to organize your community if your market is colonized? Think about it. How you going to build your school if your market is colonized? How you going to take control of politics in your community if your market is colonized? The colonized is where people get information and actual products that help them survive. If your enemy is in the market, you don't get no information except the information that they want you to get, and they don't have to take care of you with the stuff that they give you, so I can bring a whole bunch of bullshit into your community. Go up into your corner store, go into your corner market and ask for some broccoli. We got to update the strategy. A lot of the markets online. I agree with you there, but let me say this to you. There's a lot that's not. And there's a lot that can't afford to open stores. And what's even crazier is we're finding more artisans or more people who are making stuff now that can be useful in our lives. So what we're trying to do is bring the community together into one place. See, because even those online people can actually come and set up a space. Repairman can set up spaces. Individuals that have stuff that's being sold, that they might have some stuff in their house they want to get rid of. They can say it's $20. Shit, you can sell what you want. I mean, no alcohol and weed and shit like that. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? But you can basically set up and sell what you want. Hell, you can sell your ideas. I would love to see the Boers brothers come in and get a stand, and the Nation of Islam get a stand, and let people know what y'all about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Come on now. Because the information is passed in the market. Right? So, family, this is Brother Hatim. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Like I said, I got to get up here and I got to check and make sure. I think everything is, I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. I've been thinking all day. I've been writing all day. We got some more books coming out. Those that are interested in the newsletter, the link will be going out so that you can subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And help support the journey. The farmer, the artisan, the merchant, and the warrior. Hey, as a matter of fact, check this out. Those that are seeing 300, right, with the Spartans, now you need to check out. You need to check out the history of that. Because where did the Spartan way get infused into the culture? First off, homeboy, the one that started, I can't remember his name right now, explored Africa a little bit. Learned some shit. Because in Africa, he ran into the Egyptians. And the Egyptians had standing armies, and he's like, whoa, never thought about that. Might have even had some time in Nubia. Whoa, never thought about that. Came up out of there. When he finally made it back to what was it might not even been called Sparta then. When he got back, he started training people. He started sending people back that had the skills that he wanted. And when he got back, he set up his crew. His crew set up in the market and told the people this is how it's going to be. chased the person that was supposed to be in charge up out of the city, and they took over, and that's how Sparta was started. The whole Spartan idea, what we talking about, the warrior shit, because they wasn't on that at first. Getting rid of the currency, only 10% running shit. Not that, we need to be like the Spartans, but I want you to understand the importance of the market. It wasn't just for us. Markets are important to all people. Tamri Taseti. And Brother Kwame gave us a word to describe what we do, and it's what's the word? Brother Kwame, put it up there. Our thing. Tamri Taseti. There you go. He learning them classes, just showing off. Black Yoda's showing off. Look at him. Look at me, everybody. I can speak ancient Kemetic. Just gonna show off. Keep it up. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my streams. And I need to go and write this. I'm gonna write this. I need to put this on my mirror so I can say it every morning. And it's kind of a live little saying. He gave it to us on Kaumba. I think, let me see. Come on, Kwame, help a brother out. What is it? Kaning, or hold on. What's this date? Imani. It was on Kaumba. No, yeah, it was on Kaumba. Oh, here we go. Nin. In. This is our thing. In. This is our thing, right? This is our thing, right? Those that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. In. All right, family. I'm out. This is Brother Tim. It's 19 minutes after 10 p.m. I'm out. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you like and share. Help us spread the movement. If you are not in Gye-Nyame, if you're not on the Gye-Nyame Journey page, go on and like. And once again, share. Help us build it up. All right. I will see the Daily Toasters in the morning. But other than that, I will see some of y'all on Kaumba morning. If you don't know the language, know the language. As Brother Kwame taught us, Ket in. You know what I'm saying? Our thing. Get with us and make it your thing. I shade, Jackie. Peace out, family. I'm out.